We got Twitch. Let's talk about Twitch, boys. So I'm going to make this a video for Hypnotic Gaming Live, so forgive me if it's a little bit different from a normal fast topic, but we're going to talk about Twitch. So good old Twitch finally responded. And by Twitch, we mean Dan Clancy. So I believe TwitchCon is finally done and gone. It's over, right? And this is where things get interesting because Dan Clancy has been pretty much quiet over all the nonsense that's been happening over at Twitch and TwitchCon. Obviously, everybody knows what happened to Emeru, terrible, and thank God she's pressing charges. But at this point, Twitch needs to do more than just make a statement, because every single time they make a statement, it falls flat, right? Because what happens? Well, history repeats itself and something bad happens again, right? So at this point, these words mean nothing. They basically are hollow. They're hollow promises, hollow words. We promise to do better with security. We promise to do better with it. Like, nobody's believing this shit. So, and it's just an empty corporate promise. Now, Twitch ends up saying the following. We're going to read this through, and keep in mind, this is from Dan Clancy, as you can see here on the bottom. He signed it himself, assumingly, or somebody who runs his account did. First, I want to be upfront and take accountability for the security incident that occurred during Emeru's meet and greet. It shouldn't have happened, and we take that very seriously. Do you? Do you? How can you say you take something very seriously, but then you wanted to ban the guy for only 30 days, by the way? Like, how could you do that? And then you made it a lifetime ban after they complained. That come on, bro. Who are you really trying to fool here at that point? It shouldn't have happened, and we take that very seriously. We failed both in allowing it to occur and in our response following. We mismanaged our communications about the incident, and that includes the comments I made. I apologize to Emeru for all that took place. What are we doing moving forward? Well, for meet and greets, we've begun a complete analysis of the incident that took place. What is there to analyze, bro? What is there to analyze? You guys had a completely open-ended area where anybody could walk in, and then you had security that literally did nothing. The only security that did anything was her own private security that decided to jump in. Otherwise, something could have happened to her. The funny thing is, if it wasn't for the guy pushing off the other guy, something absolutely could have happened to her. The guy could have got a kiss on her. The guy could have felt a titty. The guy could have did whatever he wanted. It really, anything could have happened. Honestly, and I've said this before, Emeru's very lucky. She's very lucky because literally considering the world that we live in, anything could have happened, right? But in any case, they said that we're analyzing the incident that took place as well as other issues that came to our attention after TwitchCon concluded. Other issues, by the way, which we talked about yesterday with the whole Aquafina thing that happened. And not the actual Aquafina, but the streamer that sounds like Aquafina. We're examining everything from how we do signups to the layout to increase security controls. We're also doing a comprehensive review of overall events, safety, and security. We'll be making updates for future TwitchCons. Oh my God, bro. Bro, can you not? Can we not? You're already talking about the next TwitchCon. Why is this man already talking about the next TwitchCon? Somebody stop this man, please, for the love of God, bro. Stop this man. Stop it. Nobody wants another TwitchCon. You haven't been able to do anything for the last few TwitchCons. Why are you doing another? Anyway, while we won't be sharing all the security updates for privacy and safety reasons, we will keep our community informed about changes that directly impact attendees. We have heard concerns about in-real live streaming at TwitchCon. Twitch has evolved over the years, and in-real live streaming is part of Twitch. But we need to ensure that TwitchCon meets the needs of a variety of participants. We will be reviewing how we handle in-real live streaming at TwitchCon, and we will have more to share soon. Why would anybody think that in real life streaming is ever going to leave Twitch when the CEO, Dan Clancy himself, was in real life streaming over at TwitchCon? Like, he literally was streaming on his own channel. Why would anybody think that that's going to go away, right? I would still question whether or not there's going to be another TwitchCon. Obviously, right now, they have plans for it. They have ideas for it, I'm sure. But if the backlash keeps continuing, and if Emeru does anything legally, I don't know if there's going to be another TwitchCon. And even if you have another TwitchCon, the amount of creators that are not going to want to go for their own safety concerns, you're going to have almost nobody there. Unless you start astroturfing new creators, which, don't get me wrong, they do all the time. They do it all the time on Twitch. They astroturf people all the time. They put up people on their front page who they want to become successful, and some of them make it and some of them don't, but they do it all the time. Then he says, finally, we got a clear feedback on accessibility across the event. We're reviewing with our teams, including our production and venue staff, so that we're better equipped for future events. Wait, so hold on. One of the most progressive companies in the world didn't have proper accessibilities for their venue, for the people who are, disabled or have some issues and whatnot? Really? Like, you guys, the ultra progressive Twitch did not have accessibility options. I find that to be pretty interesting. He says, you put a lot of trust in us by attending TwitchCon, and we take our responsibility to keep you safe seriously. Do you really, though? Because it seems like you haven't been taking that seriously for years now. Everybody has been having issues with TwitchCon for many, many years now. There's always something that happens at TwitchCon. It has become a meme in and of itself. And when you become a meme as a company and as a venue and as an event, I don't think there's any way around that. You might as well just stop doing it. It says, but we know that TwitchCon means a lot to a lot of people, and it means a lot to us. I'm sure it means a lot to Dan Clancy. I'm sure it does, man, because that's his opportunity to get it all in. But be on the lookout for more updates, and thanks for being a part of Twitch. Now, obviously, guys, they're getting fucking destroyed. Like, do I really have... Rev says that's who puts this. That's hilarious. Clock's ticket, Dan Clancy. Like, do we really, like, listen, do we really think that this is going to do anything? Probably not, right? Everybody knows that this entire statement is bullshit corpo speak. Everybody knows this. This company does not actually care about security, because if they did, they would have did something many years ago, let alone now. The reason why something like this happened now is because, quite frankly, they knew that they could get away with it. The guy who did this to Emeru, he had a mission. He had a mission, bro. This man walked into the building, beelined it for Emeru's fucking line, knew exactly what he was doing, walked in, tried to kiss her, got pushed, and walked out with little to no resistance whatsoever. This statement has legal written over it. I agree. I think this is a legal statement by far. Dan Bass says corporate BS with slightly more effort. Jay Viper says, why is Hassan still allowed on this platform? Philip Chan says Dan Clancy needs to step down as CEO. I agree. Daika Zoku says, so nothing about VTubers getting their gifts thrown out, or how the staff lied about Chibidoki's meet and greet ending early? Well, it's because they don't care. Bro, this is why we talked about this yesterday. We talked about how Twitch actively hates VTubers. It's just a known fact. Like, they don't like VTubers. No matter how much people want to try to be a VTuber on Twitch, they don't like you. They don't like you. They'll use you, but they don't like you. Okay, weirdo. You platform radical terrorists who abuse their dogs. Get the fuck out. Subscribe or cry. Pro gamer at work. Free Robux, not a scam. No, the Roblox is actually hilarious because he was wearing a Roblox chain the entire time he was doing his in real live stream, which made it even weirder. So with all this being said, people see right through it. There's not a single person in this comment section that probably is excited about this comment. Let's be real. The comments are almost the same as the likes. Look at the bookmarks. 1.1K is crazy, with almost 1 million views on this tweet alone. So it just makes you realize that this company is cooked. Twitch is going to keep doing what they're going to do, because Twitch is a frat house. That is what it is. Twitch is a frat house. It is ran like a frat house. It's acted like a frat house. Everything about Twitch is a frat house. And Dan Clancy is reliving his youth while he has it and has the means to be able to do it. Right? He's the CEO of a company that has a whole bunch of young streamers that are desperately trying to make it, and they'll do anything to try to get ahead. And Dan Clancy knows this, and he's taking full advantage of it. That is how they're being ran. So, in any case, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.